Cheers. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Ingeborg and the channel's name is A Stitch Too Far, and I talk about cross stitch mostly, or other types of embroidery. It's been 2 weeks, I think, and I thought I'd better film this weekend because next weekend probably be very busy, and I think the weekend after that is the weekend of the Dutch retreat. So I'm here. I hope you are all doing well. It's been a crazy couple of weeks all over the world, unfortunately. Yeah, what can I say? Let's just talk about stitching. I have been working on several of my bigger projects in the past 2 weeks, getting quite a bit of progress on them, and I'm happy to show you that. I'm going to talk a bit about some purchases that I made. I've been very good so far, but yeah, I had to make some purchases. And then I'm going to be talking about retreats, mostly, I think, and that'll be it. So, whips. I've been working on it a lot already, but with everything that was going on, I needed to give some love to my New Zealand piece, Takapuna Beach. This is an out of print pattern, unfortunately. It's by Character Creations. It's based on original artwork by Carrie Blackwell. Oh no, sorry, Wendy Leach. I always get those two mixed up. Anyway, it's a beach in New Zealand. And I am this far with the last work I did. I'm about 40% done. So I'm getting pretty close to the halfway mark. I'm not going to unroll it this time, but the beach is over here, slowly growing. But the tree has been growing really well, and I'm so in love with this piece. Yeah, what can I say? I am enjoying the diagonal method still that Blitz Stitch Brian introduced to me. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. The back side is looking pretty good as well, as you can see, not too bulky. So yeah, pretty pleased with that. Nothing much to say. I can't figure anything more to say about this. So yeah, just happy with it. And also worked on another piece by Ink Circles that I started this year. I'm sorry, I'm a bit sniffly because of my allergies. Pollen today are apparently bugging me, so I need to take more sips than usual, just to keep the frog out of my throat. So, Anatolia by Ink Circles. This is based on Turkish tapestries as inspiration. And the original chart is charted for Carrie's creation threads, and I saw a post on Instagram by Tracy recently that she is currently converting to, I think, Gentle Arts threads, because apparently Carrie's creations aren't available anymore. I do have those. I kitted this up, I think, maybe 2 years ago already. So yeah, I'm working with those. And I got quite a bit done. Last time I didn't have the bottom border done, so I made sure that all the ends meted, and then I filled in the little designs, and I worked on this, let's call it a pair of glasses. But yeah, loving this very much. Love the happy colors on it and summery feel, and generally I like geometric and ethnic designs, so yeah, right up my alley. Enjoying it. As usual, I'll put any information about what fabrics I'm using and stuff like that in the description thingy. So you turn off your phone and you put everything away, and then you realize there's still something sitting there. I worked on another whip, so I'm going to insert this bit somewhere in the video. The Bee Sisters, or Garden Party. I picked that up in honor of Olivia's birthday and worked on it some more. I basically worked on this bit and I'm almost done with that dress, which is awesome. And that means that I am also starting to think about what I'm going to do with the skin. And I have decided that I am going to do over one skin, but I am going to do 2/1 tent, not full crosses. Because there are some blends in the skin, and also because I think it will be a bit faster, but I'm not sure. And it might be easier to pick out if I don't like it. I just it's gonna be an experiment, science people. So yeah, I decided that I'm going to try and make a conversion into the Bee Sisters for this, because why not? So that means that I'm gonna have to do something about the hair, because I don't know why, but I think this would be Olivia and this would be Elena. So this would have to become more of a redhead, and this would have to become, I'm not sure what color. Is it brown or is it auburn? Or so, Bee Sisters, I need your help converting this to your hair color. So if you have any tips on what DMC colors you think would work best, let me know. And she's holding a little bird, but I have planned from the start to substitute that with something else. And now that I know that I want to make this the Bee Sisters, I think I know what I'm going to substitute with, but that's going to be a surprise because I have to chart it out and see if it will work or not. But yeah, that's the one I forgot. Back to the normal scheduled programming. And I did work on 2 small pieces and I fully finished them. Well, one is almost fully finished, but that's the secret stitch for the retreat that I'm not going to show you until after. But I did work on, I think last time I mentioned the Renato Parolin contest that was going on in the LNS in Italy that I visited. And I was planning on sharing with you inspirations for how to finish it, but then I realized the deadline was last week, so sorry, I finished it already. So here's my fully finished little pillow. It should have been a bit more to the center, but yeah, oh well. This thing caused me quite a bit of headache. And it leads me to my first purchase that I'm going to show you. A new iron. Because Kim, Crafty Kim in Canada, I did what you did. So early one morning in the weekend before I headed off to a meeting or a meeting with a friend, I thought, well, let's just put on the, how do you call it, the backing, that you iron. Sorry, got cut off. I forgot to put my phone in airplane mode, but yeah. I was saying I was gonna iron on some backing to this piece quickly before I went out the door. And I did all the measuring and I cut the little piece out and I put it on my project and I heated up my iron and I started ironing, and then I thought, did I check if I put my stitch piece the right side up, so the back side up, and I looked and it was the front side up, so I was ironing onto the front side. Of course I panicked and I put down my iron and I immediately tried to take off the thing that I was ironing on, and luckily it came off, and then it was all sticky. So I washed it immediately, and luckily this is all DMC colors anyway, so not a big deal, but I washed it and luckily it all came out and it looks okay again. It kind of messed up my iron of course, because the stuff stuck to my iron as well. But yeah, that was the first time I managed to clean off my iron a bit, and then I did it over again the right way the first time. Then the second time I was gonna put this cushion together, and I figured, well, might as well iron everything again one more time to make sure everything's nice and smooth. And I ironed the back side of this thing where the thin backing was on, and of course it immediately stuck to my iron. So I had to do it all over again, and my iron was that much messed up that I figured, well, it's been over 20 years, let's get a new one. But yeah, that was quite a bit of headache for one little pillow. And yeah, check before you iron on your backing, please. Anyway, that leads me on to other purchases, because I did make a stitchy purchase. Oh, interfacing, that's what it's called. The stuff that messed up my iron. Anyway, I've been having my eye out for some new pair of scissors for quite a while now, and the one that I wanted to get was quite pricey, so I've waited and waited and waited. And then I found a new shop in Germany that I wanted to try out. So, and they had those on scissors in stock, so I ordered them and they came. Solingen or Dovo scissors. These are the small ones, and they have a very sharp tip. They come recommended by several stitchers, and I am in love with these. I love those. They cut very nicely, and because of the thin tip, it's quite easy to get into close into your work without doing much damage. Not naming any names here, but yeah, my one of the official stitchy purchases that I did this year that has come in, because I also ordered with a friend some silks for you this week. Those will not be in for quite a while, I assume. So probably when I do a video next time after retreat, I will hopefully have them. And I have pre-ordered some stuff from Nashville Market, but I think the LNS is holding on to them until we are at retreat, so they are not in yet. So nothing to show. Did do some purchasing, but nothing much to show. Retreat. I don't think I've mentioned it a lot in my videos, but the Dutch retreat is coming up. We are fully booked. We had one person drop out, unfortunately, but we could find a replacement from the waiting list. So yeah, it's still fully booked. It's not in my old LNS that was really close to me and that moved, because I tried to find a good venue at that new location and couldn't for the price that I was prepared to pay. So I went looking for a different LNS, and we are fortunate that we have several in the Netherlands. So I landed up in the north of the country, and could make a good deal with a hotel close by. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that, and looking forward to see how the retreat will go in that location. There's 25 of us, and it's again quite an international group, so lots of European stitchers and some from outside of Europe. That's exciting, and a lot of old faces from last year, but also some new faces, so that's exciting too, and it's going to be a lot of fun, I think. And I'm going to have to sneeze. So this year I decided to cut back on the amount of time that I would put into organizing everything, so I kept it really basic. So my main focus was getting a hotel room, and that's it basically. There's no goodie bags or anything like that. But yeah, we'll see how it goes, and if people are happy with how it went this year. I like to always check afterwards to see if there's any suggestions. And if all goes well, I'll probably do another one next year as well. But we'll see. Speaking of retreats, I forgot to mention this last video, but when I was in Italy, I think I forgot to mention it, I'm not sure now. But yeah, I got a message from Stephanie that applications for the retreat in Washington DC in Herndon were open for October this year, and me and Emma have been planning to attend that. So while I was in Italy, I booked my place on that retreat. So I'm going back to the US in the fall for the retreat that Stephanie at Miss Also Crafty organizes with what's her name? I want to say Kathy Boyd? I'm not sure. I'll put a link or something in the description. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I put it on Instagram that I was attending, so several of you have already also registered, which is going to be fun. I'm looking forward to meeting you there. Also, I am planning to take a bit of a holiday while I'm there, because, you know, spending money, so why not take advantage of the cost of the flight. So I am looking into sort of a bit of a visit of Washington DC and a road trip around mainly Virginia. So I've sort of planned out a route that I want to do. I want to go visit all the museums in Washington. It's just going to be hell. And I want to basically make sort of a round trip: Harper's Ferry, Shenandoah, Charlottesville, and Monticello, out to Yorktown and Williamsburg, and then up to Fredericksburg, and then back to Washington. That's about the trip I'm planning to make. So here's my question. If you have any suggestions of things I would enjoy seeing on that trip, or places I should try and stay at, or tips about hiring a car, or maybe you want to meet up, that's fine. I do want to stress that I am on my holidays, and I'm trying to see as much as I can. So I'm not planning to go out of my way to visit every LNS on my stop, but I'm happy to meet up for drinks or lunch or dinner or whatever. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. I've been reading up on Washington and Virginia, and as you might have guessed, I'm a bit of a history nut. So it's quite an interesting area to visit regarding history of the United States, and also, of course, I love art. So Washington DC, Smithsonian, I'm gonna go nuts, I'm sure. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, really exciting. Yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, nothing more to tell. Man, I'm getting too fast with these kinds of videos. I thought I was going to spend maybe half an hour on everything. Yeah, so coming back to the start of my video, things have been crazy around here and around the world. Let's address some issues here. There are things going on in my personal life that I'm not going to discuss because it not directly concerns me, but it's stressful. There are things going on in my country. We had, well, at the moment I would call it just a crazy guy with a gun who started shooting at people in our public transport in Utrecht, which was my hometown for quite a while. So that was unnerving, and it's considered a terrorist attack. I'm not that convinced, but I don't know all the details. So, but it was scary, and for all of you who reached out to me to check if I was okay, thank you very much for that. That really touched me. I didn't realize it would become news outside of the Netherlands, but it apparently did. The reason I say that is because, of course, it affected a lot of people, and unfortunately people were killed. But compared to what happened in New Zealand, yeah, that was on a different scale altogether. And my thoughts are mainly in New Zealand for most of the time, because that was just horrifying. But yeah, not to want to end. I don't want to end on that's such a sad note, because even if you feel it might not help or change anything, you can still do something like Emma did. She went on the march for the people's vote yesterday in the UK. Go Emma. I hope the petition and the march will help government listen to other voices than crazy Brexit people, but yeah, who knows. But yeah, that's kind of stressful as well, because I would love everybody from the UK to be able to visit the retreat, and that was looking a bit difficult. If there would have been a hard Brexit, there might have been issues with travel for UK passport holders. So yeah, I'm glad it has at least been postponed a bit, and I hope it will be forgotten about altogether, but that's my personal opinion. Yeah. What am I gonna say more? I hope everybody's doing well. I know there's stuff going on in everybody's lives, and I'm thinking of you, and I'm wishing you all well. And I'm gonna have to face my garden today. That means facing the pollen today, which I hadn't counted on, because yesterday and the whole weeks have been fine. But when I need to go outside, apparently I decide that I am allergic again. What's that all about? Anyway, I'm starting to really ramble now. Oh yeah, I had the Dutch fact. I thought I'd pick a quick one, because I thought this video was going to be a lot longer than it is. But yeah, interesting facts about the Netherlands. We have more bicycles than we have people. So there's I think it's a Katie Malua song about there are 10 billion bicycles in Beijing or something. I don't know the exact number. But there are over 22 million bicycles in the Netherlands. There are about 17, maybe getting close to 18 million people in the Netherlands. So that means that basically, on average, every Dutch person has at least one bike. Even babies, apparently. Well, most kids start riding a bicycle really early, like, I don't know, 3 years old or something. I remember that when I went to kindergarten, I already rode the bike from where I was living all the way to school. My mom used to come along as well, but when I got a bit older, like, I don't know, maybe primary school, I started biking on my own. Nobody wears helmets as well, unless you're on a race bike or one of those cross-country bikes. When you go out into the hills that we have, people might have a helmet on, but because everybody's used to seeing bicycles everywhere, and they are a common sight in traffic, and people know how to deal with them, let's put it like that. There's no real need for helmets. The traffic rules are a lot of times that bicycle has right of way as well, or otherwise they will take right of way. So most like car drivers know how to be a bit careful around bikes anyway. We have bicycle lanes everywhere. It's just common. The distances aren't that big for most places. When people have to drive an hour, that's considered far. I remember where we when I was still young and living with my family, we moved to the other part of the country, and it meant that most of my relatives, when they would come for a visit, they would have to drive an hour and a half, and that was considered like a world journey, you know. It was by the grace of God that they were able to come for a visit. So it's a small country, it's different. So anyway, enough rambling, and I will stop now. I'm not sure when I'll get out another video. It might be that I try to upload something during retreats, but definitely going to do some more uploading after retreat, and I'll try and put some of my experiences on Instagram as well, for those of you that are interested. And for those of you who are coming, I'm so looking forward to see you all, and for everyone, I will see you next time. Bye guys.